Hi, AP students. Here are your notes for the lit terms on page 5 that include Fable, Figurative Language, Foil, and Flashback, some of the best F words in existence. So first we're going to talk about fables. These are short stories. They usually feature talking animals as characters, and they're didactic in nature. They tell a lesson about life. There is a moral they want you to understand. That's the point behind them. So if we start with Aesop's Fables, we have The Tortoise and the Hare. This is a story about a turtle and a hare that are running a race. And the hare takes off on the race, and he's like, I have got this race in the bag. I'm going to sit down and take a nap. And while he is napping, that tortoise actually, beats him to the finish line. And then, oh crap, says the hare. The moral of this story, of course, being that slow and steady wins the race. Also, don't sleep on the job, right? Then we have The Boy Who Cried Wolf, that kid who said, hey, there's a wolf in our village. And he said it so many times that finally when there was a wolf, nobody believed him, and then he got eaten by a wolf. Sorry about your luck there, boy. Anyway. Then The Ants and the Grasshopper. This is an example of one where the ants have been collecting all their food all summer long, trying to put away stuff so they don't starve to death during the winter. And then meanwhile, we have this grasshopper who's just hanging out, probably listening to music, relaxing, doing nothing during the summer. Then, of course, the winter rolls around and the ants are like, we've got food, we're awesome. And the grasshopper says, wait, I'm starving to death. And the ants are like, really, you should have thought about this. So the moral with that one being, you need to prepare for winter, think about what you're doing ahead of time, plan ahead, lest you end up starving to death in the cold. That's cruel and awful, isn't it? Well, anyway, these are fables. You can see pretty easily. Anytime you get talking animals, unrealistic kinds of things, lesson about life, that's probably what you're looking at. Next, we have figurative language. I know we have gone over this a million times before, so I'm going to be brief here. This is descriptive language that is not meant to be taken literally. It includes things like similes and metaphors. So when I say her eyes were like a sunset, do I really mean that her eyes are blazing on fire, like they're exploding orange? No, it sounds like she would have an eye infection at that point. So we're comparing her to one. We're saying that the better features about a sunset, the fact that it's, bright and colorful and makes you feel warm and alive, that's how her eyes are feeling. But not literally the case. I've brought up this metaphor before with the I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose, fire away, fire away. That whole I am titanium thing. Of course, this person is not literally made of metal, and even if she was, titanium's not actually bulletproof. Just a little FYI right there. Anyway, but not literal. We know what she means, though, when she says that she's bulletproof and that she's titanium. The idea that nothing can penetrate me. The idea that no matter what you say to me, I'm still going to be fine because I'm a strong person. That's what's meant by that, as opposed to the literal meaning. Idioms are also great examples of figurative language. These are expressions that people use all the time, and we don't take them literally because they mean something else. So if we say cry over spilled milk, nobody's really crying over spilled milk. It just means making a big deal over something that's not a big deal. Lady Gaga's can't read my poker face. She doesn't literally have cards on her face, right? It just means that you can't tell what her expression is, like a really good poker player. And then the whole putting your foot in your mouth problem. My son's working on that right now. He's getting very good at putting his foot into his mouth. So the idea that you've said something and it's something where you really ought not to have said it, and then you made it even worse. So like this one where he says, I don't always say something stupid, but when I do, I keep talking to make it worse. Putting your foot in your mouth. Fantastic. Alrighty. Now we're going to look at flashbacks, and in order to show you this, I'm actually going to show you parts of a Calvin Harris video. This is his song Flashback. This is where the plot shifts suddenly from the present and goes back in time to reveal something that happened in the past. In this video, we start out with a guy on a boat. And it starts out, wow, we get a glimpse of the party. Oh, he just woke up on a boat. And there's all these pictures surrounding him. This is going to be kind of a moment of, dude, where's my car? As he sees all of these things. Oh, what did I do last night? What might have happened? Chorus of the song. We were at the concert now. And it's pretty fun looking. So apparently this is what he did last night. But this is a flashback from his earlier time on that boat. And in case we forgot that it was a flashback, the video comes full circle and we end up with him on that boat again. Where am I? Okay, our final lit term for the day is the concept of the foil. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the year, but a foil is a character who really only exists to act as a support or an opposite to this other character. They're really not necessarily a full character in their own right. So if we take a look at these three blonde ladies who apparently are called the Bimbettes, newsflash, didn't know this, in Beauty and the Beast, and they exist solely to provide a contrast to Belle. Let's take a look at a clip from this. So there's Gaston, and there's Belle. She looks great. And she's got brown hair, and she reads books, and she has a beautiful singing voice. And oh, there are these ladies. They're all blonde. They're not wearing blue. They're fawning over Gaston. I'm sure they've never read a book. And notice that they really just care about the way he looks, whereas she's caring about, mental things. She's very cerebral and into learning. So that's why they're there. They serve no other purpose other than to provide a contrast and show us just how amazing Belle is. Okay, I hope that this makes great sense, and if you have any questions tomorrow, please bring them up during class. I would love to talk to you more all about fables, figurative language, flashbacks, and foil.